Here's a fun creative adventure to consider. Make your own soap at home. You customize the ingredients to make it beneficial for your skin type, and you can customize the color, I'm told, the fragrance, even sprinkle in some add-ins to make it a fun activity. We love when a DIY is both enjoyable and useful, and we love when we can learn from those with the know-how to do it. Lelia Lyon has a passion for making natural body care products. She's going to show us how to not only make soap, but make it unique. Good to meet you.
Thank you so much.
You've been doing this for a minute.
A hot minute.
You and I were swapping some age stories. I know math is a funny thing, but you're great at it and you love it. You have a passion for this.
I do love it. It's a little bit of fun and art and chemistry all rolled into one. And I love that I always have gifts at the ready for family and friends, and like the holidays, they're coming.
Yes.
Right? We don't want them to, but they're coming.
Yes.
So this is the time of year where I'm just making soap constantly, so I'm ready for neighborhood gifts.
Is there something about, I mean, if I say the control, that sounds a little harsh.
No, it's true.
Being able to personalize.
Yeah, personalize. And because we're using what's called the cold process soap making, you get to customize everything from how bubbly it is, how creamy it is on your skin, what it smells like, what it looks like, and so you can really customize it to whatever you want.
What might I need to try my hand at this?
Yes, you're going to need some basic kitchen equipment and then a combination of oils, which everybody has kind of their favorite. So these are mine, which are olive, coconut, palm, little castor oil, and then lye water. Which is
never heard of lye water.
So lye is kind of a caustic ingredient, but this is the way that soap was made, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. It hasn't really changed. So lye is going to create a chemical reaction with these oils.
And when you say like olive oil, what I have in my pantry?
Absolutely.
Okay, that very oil. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The palm oil is usually a little harder to source, but for the most part, everything, of course, nowadays, you just buy it online. Yeah. It's there for you.
And where do I get lye water?
You take lye and mix it into water. I think we have some pictures of the process.
Okay.
But yeah, I just add lye to distilled water, and when you're ready, I can go.
Let's go. Yeah, we're ready.
So what I'm going to do is mix the alkaline lye and water in with the oils.
Okay.
It's going to blend and emulsify, and what that creates is a process called saponification.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds so snazzy,
You're a
right?
scientist.
So not really, but I pretend, right? We can all pretend. So I'm just going to mix that in. You want to avoid any kind of splashing. Lye can be caustic, hence the gloves.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to blitz it. I'm sorry, it's going to be loud.
That's okay. Are we plugged in? Let's plug in. Should we plug in?
Yes, let's plug in.
Listen, I try to minimize the amount of times I bend over today.
Right? I'm so
but
sorry
I did it for you. I did it for you. No, I'm teasing.
Thank you.
I'm teasing. Hold on. Now try.
I would be on a stool at this point.
There we go.
So you can see really fast. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's so loud.
Look at that.
This is like the mad scientist in me. Gets really excited. So we have this emulsion already, and this is the basis of soap. So now we decide what we want to do.
Now we can have fun?
Yeah. So do you want it to smell like lavender or raspberry jam?
Ooh, well, you framed it as food, so we got to go with a raspberry jam. I mean, you got to know who you're talking to.
So I feel you all the way. We're going to add just a little bit of a fragrance oil. And these you just buy online from soap makers, there's, you know, lots of soap companies now.
Different than an essential oil.
Different than an essential oil. You can absolutely use essential oils.
Okay.
And that's why I brought lavender. Some people want their soap to be 100% natural, and that's really doable. Some people want their soap to smell like raspberries.
Okay.
So
raspberry pie.
Whatever you want.
Actually, was the promise, yeah.
And then we can do some swirly colors if you'd like. I've got examples here.
Yeah, how do you do that?
What would you like? Do you want like some pink?
Let's play with some pink for sure.
We'll do some pink.
And the base color is always going to be the same unless you obviously change it.
Unless you add more to it. So sometimes I'll do that, but usually it's kind of a creamy tan color.
Okay.
Or purple.
How about purple? If the pink's not playing.
We can do purple and pink.
Okay, all right.
So what we'll do is we'll just,
there it comes.
I'm gonna have you blend this. There's a little oil at the bottom of this and just blend that.
Like in itself? Oh, with the oil. I see. Blend, blend, blend.
And to be fancy, we'll do just a little purple in our batter.
Is that what you call it, batter?
I do. I don't know if there's another term for it.
I love it.
So what's happening already is molecules are exchanging and the lye is being used up in that process. So after it's hardened into a bar, there's no lye, totally safe for your skin.
Okay.
We're gonna blitz it one more time. Yeah. And I brought a little square mold. Wow, that is bright. Whoop. Kind of fun sounds, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's
No,
so
no,
loud.
no. We're enjoying watching.
Okay,
This is
so you
fun.
see that it starts to thicken, become kind of creamy.
What consistency are you going for?
Depends on what you want to have happen.
Okay.
Usually this kind of thin, not quite pudding texture. You can get a spatula if you want to feel it, if you're a feeler.
Oh, sure.
You can kind of see what that feels like.
Okay.
This is a funky color. This is not at all purple.
That's okay.
But we're going to leave it.
I mean, it's part of our science lab, right? You never know what you never know.
So now what I like to do is just add that color, kind of like making brownies or, you know, give it just 1 or 2 tosses.
So you would swirl that before you pour it in the mold.
This is called an in-the-pot swirl. So you just kind of do it all at once. Okay, so then it just goes into your waiting mold.
And how long does that take to cure?
So this is going to be about 24 to 48 hours to harden.
Is it room temperature or?
Room temperature.
Okay.
It'll start to get a little bit warm. I like to put a piece of saran wrap because I have kids and you never know who's sticking fingers in what.
Yeah.
But we can also decorate the top if you
Sure,
like.
let's do that.
So I brought rose petals, lavender buds, really
I feel like we're in our
crazy
glitter. Yeah, pink, purple, and just sprinkle.
You can sprinkle it or you can grab a wooden spoon.
Okay.
Whatever works.
Let's not get crazy. And just describe, almost out of time, but just describe how you did those like molds and swirls and those uneven tops.
Yes, so the uneven tops comes from the soap kind of firming up a little bit.
Okay.
And you would just kind of swoop it up with a spoon or drag a fork through it. So if anybody's interested, I do teach this.
Oh, awesome.
At the Alpine Workshop, which is alpineworkshop.co.
Okay.
And I'm teaching a class in a few weeks where we cover this whole process. It's about 2.5 hours. Everybody goes home
Leila.
with tons of bars of soap.
Oh, how fun. And
Yeah.
what's the number one? Are
You need
people
soap.
surprised how simple it is?
Yes, and
Yeah.
they're surprised that it's good for just about every occasion.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the feedback is just enlightening. Everyone's just so
Everyone has
happy.
fun.
And they go home with soap.
And they go home with soap.
Where can we sign up and get more information?
So alpineworkshop.co.
Okay.
You can also find them on Instagram, which I think is just at Alpine Workshop.
Okay.
And my Instagram is Lelia _makes.
All right. We'll link all of that for you on our website. Thank you. That was
Thank
fun.
you so much.
And really interesting to see. I feel sciencey too with
You
all
were
those
great.
words you were throwing
You
around.
were like a little scientist yourself.